Pete from Footballville. Listen, Sunday, I know what time it is. We got Big Bill Alexander in the house, University of Georgia. Big Bill jumped in the transfer portal last week before Georgia spring game, and now he's going to decide right here on Footballville where he's going. Big Bill should be up here with us, man. We're going to walk in and check him out. The numbers going right now. Big man, it's the moment everybody been waiting on, man. What it's gonna be?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking about staying on the West Coast. Fight on.
All right, man. This D, man. We here with Big Bear, Tony, man, on Footballville podcast, man. We outside. Bear just went official. Announced that he's gonna be headed to USC. How you feel, big dog?
Man, I feel great about it, joining the Trojans and, his family over there. And, it's a great decision overall.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
How you feel about it, Tony? You right there right on the side every time, everywhere you go, you right there. So how you feel about it?
I like it. It's a fit. They go offensively, they're really elite, so they're gonna score a lot of points, and it's gonna give him an opportunity to really, rush, get after the passer and kind of show a lot of his versatility.
Yeah. So listen, I'm getting right out there because everybody gonna want to know, man. You went to Georgia last year. I won national championship. They may be favored to win a national championship again. Shout out to Nick Saban. Why would you leave Georgia to go to USC when you got a chance to get a second ring? They on top of the world. I mean, tell the people what's the reason.
I mean, for me overall, it's a huge difference just being a part of a great defense and, being the reason why defense is great. So, I just kind of wanted to give myself a challenge and, go out here and just be a part and build something great.
So elaborate that on a little bit for me. That's saying, or being part of a great difference, or being the actual make the difference. You know what I'm saying? So what you mean by that?
My family personally, we big on just winning that life, competing that life, and never taking the easy road. So I feel like this me taking the stairs over the elevator, just building something with the Trojans. It's new, it's upcoming, so they're growing, they're building, and I feel like it's a good fit for me. And when I was at Georgia, personally, I was more of a pass rush specialist, just third down player, and I just wanted to show off my versatility. I felt like I could play first and second down, and the staff felt different. So
yeah. So you didn't just want to get out the quarterback. You actually want to tackle running backs and shit on first and second down? You want to do all?
Man, I'm capable. I'm violent. I'm a violent player.
Yeah. Hey, what's good, bro?
Street, what's up with you, baby, man? 104 people in the building. We are back at Deerfield Beach because my dog say he got homesick. We was out there in Maui yesterday. We back at Deerfield Beach. My dog say he was homesick, so I had to bring him back home. He don't like them flights. I had to drug him up like B.A. Baracus on 18. I pity the fool. So when he woke up, he was like, where we at, bro? I said, we home, baby. Ain't no place like home. Click your heels. So we here on Hayes Street, man, back at Deerfield Beach on the beautiful sands. And we got a lot to talk about and a little bit of time to talk about it, man. So starting this thing off, man, you Bear Alexander, my dog out there, Footballville, D Street, with the exclusive announcement when Bear Alexander made his announcement to transfer from Georgia to USC for the first time. And he was just recently in the news. He was just recently in the news or trending for saying that he was going to jump in the transfer portal and has come out and said, "Nah, man, I don't know where y'all. I'm not clear on where y'all get this portal stuff from.
Right.
I'm trying to win a natty at USC. That's what I'm focused on. What's your thoughts about it? No, you had the exclusive. Talk to us."
Yeah, man. Last year we sat down with Bear. And we announced him going to USC. Basically, if y'all saw the beginning of that, it's me walking out. We was in Vegas. That's right before Ryan Garcia fought Tank. And sitting down talking, Bear. First of all, Bear sound like he's 35 years old, don't he?
He look like he's 35 years old. Somebody sound like
Bear sound like he's 35 years old. But getting to know him and getting to know the guy Tony, man. Tony, called Tony his dad. Tony kind of been around for a long time. You trust him, and the way they move. I was always intrigued with Bear Alexander in high school at how he was moving with his NIL, and he had merchandise and he had things of that nature. He came out here to visit Miami, and I tweeted him. I mean, I had sent him a message. I tried to talk to him, and
you jumped in that man. You jumped in the man DMs.
Yeah, he was down here with his girlfriend. He was down here with a girlfriend at the time. He don't even remember the chick. No, he was down here with a girlfriend at the time, and he never say nothing back. And that's how I always knew if a kid was interested in Miami or not. And I told him. And I told him on the show, if I could find it, I'll show y'all. I told him, I said, damn, dog, I DM'd you when you was in Miami, bro. You ain't even. And he went in there and looked at it, and the shit was still sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I understand why they're moving the way they're moving, and they kind of standing on business, if you ask me. And it's not, and it's an uncomfortable thing for us because we usually don't deal in business like that. Somebody have gave them a right to move around and get money, and within the confines of it, they moving.
Truly,
so yesterday, right. Yesterday, Hayes Fawcett posted that he was in the portal. And
that's not me, y'all. Hold on, I want to be clear. That's not me. Hayes Fawcett is the graphics guy and not Coach Hayes. And the reason I'm bringing that up, because I've had some people kind of go at me in my DMs thinking I was Hayes Fawcett for, kind of when it first came. Yeah, dog. Because they just hear Hayes. So they thinking I'm Hayes Fawcett and I'm doing graphics. I'm like, bro, I'm a football coach. I don't do. Hey, what Kelly say? Man, y'all killing me with this, man. Fight for my life. I ain't never did no graphics on nobody.
His father is a kid.
Yeah. So anyway, I think they know that now. But at a particular time, a couple people did hit me up in regards to that, man. 239 in the building. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button on this side of the street or that side of the street. Don't matter. But just make sure you hit it, man. Just show us some love. That way it's free. Capital FREE. Cost you literally nothing. Cost you about 2 seconds of your time to do it. And we'll be up here for an hour for you guys. But with that being said, man, it's interesting. I have it titled right now. What is that jumping around? I have it titled right now, Are Players Leveraging the Transfer Portal for More Money? Now, I titled it that, not really saying that to Bear Alexander, but I said it because using Bear Alexander's picture because he's just the biggest name that was kind of a whoa, wait a minute moment so far as jumping in the portal. Do you think that kids or do you believe kids should use their leverage to get more money and use the transfer portal in that process?
I believe if of course. I believe if you have the savvy to, if you know what you're doing, if you understand what you're doing, when you say you were in the portal, Bear Alexander has plans to enter the transfer portal because the portal isn't open yet. And when they start knocking on your door, if you know what to say, when they start hitting your phone, if you know what to say back to your coaches at USC, or you got somebody for them to talk to, and you can navigate that situation, I believe, yes, of course, man. We're talking about a college football game where the kids couldn't get a piece of pizza from their coach as long as we knew it. And their coaches were making millions of dollars.
True story.
Yeah, the crumbs are being seeped down. Crumbs are dropping down, and they like this, and everybody like, man, y'all dropping too much crumbs.
Yeah, so I mean, you're right, and I look at it, and it is funny. It is funny, but I always tell people it's business. My famous line, man, forget that family stuff. This is always business. You employee number 90, Bill, and that's just what it is. That's his jersey number. And the reason I say that, I kind of look at it as maybe an extension, same way coaches get extension for winning ball games, having good seasons. They get extensions on their contract. And I guess their thing is saying, look, I came here. Yeah, I got a bag, if that's what we want to call it. I got a bag maybe to come here. Cool. NIL. Cool. But now I've increased my value, so therefore I need to increase my pay. And I'm gonna do that by saying, look, I may go somewhere else. And I know I'll let you tell the story how coaches use their leverage to increase their pay, right? We just saw it happen with the Alabama
Yeah.
stuff. I'll let you talk about
Yeah.
that part. I know you love to tell that story, but that's true.
Right. Yeah. They do it all the time. With Nick Saban, when Nick Saban announced he was leaving, right? I forget the agent name. Nick Saban announced he was leaving. 4 names popped up.
Jimmy Sexton. Jimmy Sexton.
4 names popped up really fast when Nick Saban said he was leaving. And it was like all 3 of these coaches are in running for the Alabama job.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 out of the 4 coaches, Jimmy Sexton represented.
Same agent, yeah.
Same agent, bro. Let me show you how different we are as people. The same agent put all of their names in there, put their names out there, said they was in line for the job. One of his guys did get the job, and I think 2 of his guys got paid. Got read up. Florida State doubled down on their coach.
Mike Norvell.
Uh-huh. And who else got paid out of it? Hey, it was Mike Norvell.
Kirby Smart? Kirby was it? No, it wasn't Kirby.
No, it wasn't Kirby. Hey, no, it wasn't Kirby. It was Mike Norvell. I think he represented the Washington coach that got the job.
Kalen DeBoer.
And I think he represented Nick Saban, no?
Nick Saban and maybe it was Lane Kiffin. Somebody said Lane Kiffin. Mr.
Bro,
Jackson, appreciate it. I think it was Lane Kiffin was the other one.
Think about how diabolical that is. Hey, coach, I think it's time for me to go. Talking to his agent, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm finna retire. And then his agent just starts positioning all his other clients to get paid from the situation. Just think about how diabolical that is.
Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning. Yeah.
Dan McCain. Appreciate it, Dan McCain. Mm-hmm. Dan
Lanning. Yeah, bro. So think about it's like a weird scientist. Here we go. I'm gonna show it to y'all right here. Like a weird scientist sitting in there and just working the phones. Like, boy, we finna cash in. What I got? 10%. What I got over here? We finna cash in. I think he represented everybody but Dabo.
Yeah.
Dan Lanning got read up at Oregon. Mike Norvell got read up. And Kalen DeBoer got the job. And Nick Saban was his guy. But if that's not a puppet master, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, you hear the stories about these agents and stuff and how they work and how they maneuver, especially with these coaches. We'll get back to the transfer portal. 398 in the building, and it's steadily climbing. Appreciate y'all. I missed the 305 mark because y'all moving too fast. We couldn't throw our 305s up.
I know, anyway, boy. We got 402, boy.
You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, no, you're 100% right. And part of that Lane Kiffin deal, of course, Jimmy Sexton is the agent for Lane Kiffin. And the story, as the story goes, right? The story itself goes is that there were always talks about Lane Kiffin leaving. And Lane Kiffin said, I'm not talking about it till the season is over. But the story goes, as soon as that clock hit all zeros, Jimmy Sexton was standing. I'll go back right quick so y'all can see this. Jimmy Sexton is standing in the tunnel where the team comes with the phone with the other team. And you see Lane Kiffin run off, and he's on the phone with whoever he's talking to. Jimmy Sexton standing there. Now, here's the funny thing. Jimmy Sexton is Nick Saban's agent. And you see Nick Saban walk right past both of them. So Lane Kiffin's point, he honored it. I'm not gonna talk about it till it's over. But like literally, dog, the confetti ain't stopped dropping, and Lane Kiffin already done making deals, because it's over now. So I mean, that's the business part of it, man. And you're starting to see these kids, and I call them kids, man, but you're starting to see these young men. Shout out to the wholesome one. Gotta throw your fist up. Shout out to the Holston one also, man. Y'all know the Holston one. He coaching now at Minnesota. I think they just had their spring game. I think today or somewhere soon. But anyhow,
Did they?
yeah. I think Minnesota had their spring game. It's in like the middle of the week. Maybe it was yesterday, something like that. But anyhow, I thought it was very interesting in that sense. But you're starting to see these kids and these young players. They're starting to leverage it too, right? You saw Jordan Addison leave Pitt and go to USC. Now,
Right.
he had the same kind of year he had at Pitt going to USC, but they're doing it. And I think you're going to see more of it. You're going to see more of it. And we're only talking about the 1%, right? We're not talking about everybody. Everybody can't do it, right? Everybody can't leverage that kind of stuff, but and I think that's the problem that the coaches are having with the whole NIL. And Mike Loxley came out and said, bro, I got the third string fullback, right? We don't even really have fullback. We got a third string fullback coming in here talking about, coach, how much I'm going to get paid. So, no, he doesn't have the leverage, not the third string fullback. But the Biletnikoff winner, the starting quarterback, we saw Tyler Van Dyke allegedly do that with the Alabama deal in Miami. So these players doing it. And it is what it is.
A lot of time it's not in them. A lot of time it's the people around them. I got to know Amarius Mims, the offensive lineman at
Georgia,
Alabama, at Georgia, that just jumped in, that headed to the league. I spoke to him about when he jumped in because he went to Florida State. He was supposed to visit Miami. His homeboy got shot. He had to go back home. And he said he did it.
Wow.
He said he did it on his own.
And you know what's funny? You say that because I remember him going to Florida State, and you remember Mike Norvell out there giving them dap. They playing the little that little crap song. Sorry, it's all about the you today, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, they did all that, and Florida State and the fans really thought they had him locked in. And that boy say, "Not so fast, my friends. I'm headed back to Athens, Georgia, baby." And that's exactly where he went. He went right back.
That's where he went. He said he did it on his own. Mims a slick one. It's him right here saying he wish he could play for Miami. He was like, man, I wish I get drafted by the Miami Dolphins. Let me see if y'all can hear. He's like, I wish I could get drafted by the Miami Dolphins.
Talking about second time here. Last time I came, my freshman year, we played Michigan. Yeah. We didn't get to do nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's a vibe.
It's a vibe, right?
Man, I hope I get drafted out here. So I go to the band.
I hope you go to Miami Dolphins. Look to the camera and say that. I hope I get that. All right. I hope you heard it here first, dog. Yeah. I hope I go to Miami Dolphins. But he was one of the first ones I seen did it. He said he did it on his own. That boy out there, the boy out there in the fray.
That boy went to the library and picked up a book, Transfer Portal for Dummies 101, and he said, "Let's go." And he made it happen, man. I get it, huh? I get it. Man, we got 539 in the building. We need to get to a stat. Can we get to 1K? Huh? Can we get to 1K?
I think we can.
Hey, I'm at 540 right now, man. Let's keep this thing climbing. We're looking like stock market. We're going up and down, but let's keep getting it. Man, quick shout out to a couple people. Huh?
500, the most we ever had here?
Yeah, I think we closed. I think we had like 500 before, but we had 542. So we up there, man. Shout out to a couple of folks, man, that's always giving us love. On this, we don't really do it like we just try to get the 1 hour in. We don't open the phone line, but we do got to give some love for this many people in here, especially to our members. I don't know if you can see it on your side street, but Insane DW is in the building. Joshua Steele, King David, I can see it. Paco, DP in the building. Nassau Jones, Bama Kane, E. Brown. Trying to look through some of the members here. 3rd Degree 7. Appreciate y'all so much for coming through. And if you want to become a member on Coach Hayes Football, you're more than welcome. Go ahead and hit the link down there below. It says join. Go ahead and click it. If you're an Apple user, you got to go through your Safari browser in order to do it. Some reason, everybody got beef nowadays. And so Apple, Apple and Google beefing because somebody typed a memo in all caps and they thought it was yelling at them. So they're like, I'll show you. And so they make y'all have to do an extra step. But Street, let the people know what they're going to do on your side of the street.
Oh yeah, no, man. If you're watching on Twitter, you watching on YouTube, man. Hit subscribe, hit follow. It's all free, man. So I think I got 300 people on 350 on Twitter right now. So if you don't follow, obviously y'all probably do follow. Hit follow. And if y'all trying to get down with the stock market, 786-405, y'all want to get down with IOD Squad, Invest or Die, something I created because I thought these players were becoming rich and don't know what to do with money. So I figured I had to add finances to football because we can't just be backpedaling for 15 years until the shit over. We gotta learn something else to go with another skill to go with those skills. So 786-405-9499, send a text. And we can get you down with IOD Squad. Is a platform where we trade every day. You can see us jumping in Apple, jumping out of Apple, doing options. We talk crypto. So check that out.
All right.
Damn, hey, they lit down there, huh, boy? I said, we got a full squad. What, Wednesday? Whoa.
I can tell you this. Listen, we've been talking about gender. And this, if you can see, it's the guys versus the girls down there. And let them girls whipping butt because old girl in the white hat, they hit the ball to her. She kicked that thing up in the air. And the ladies whipping the boys behind right there. I don't know.
I'm glad the girls on the right side.
Hey, coach made a phone call, man. So y'all just leave me alone, man. Y'all leave old coach alone, man. We making it happen. 566 in the building. Appreciate y'all. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this, man, because here's what's important. And we talk about the NIL and we talk about this stuff. And again, it seems like we're always talking about the portal, but every day is something different about the portal. Every day, a new element comes up about the portal. And now I think this is going to be the new wave. The new wave is, like we said, that 1%, right? We're talking about maybe the top 10 players, right, in college football, maybe the top 15 players in college football that will use their leverage to increase their value. You know, they're looking like, look, bro, because here's what business is. If I can get you to do a job for X amount of dollars, you're going to continue to do that job for X amount of dollars. I'm not going to give you a raise because I just want to. You understand? Right. Most time people have to ask for a raise or insinuate something. You know what I mean? They have to do something, right, to entice those kind of things. But as a company, if you good enough sitting there doing it for X amount of dollars, we good enough paying you X amount of dollars. And so that's big right there. And I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case for Bear Alexander. We just used his image. We used his name, image, and likeness, and we shot him an NIL deal of a year supply of corn dogs. Use his NIL in his thing, man. But yeah, man. Do you know any other stories right now, Street, that are relevant or close to this situation?
Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers left forego the Texas quarterback. He forego his senior year in high school and went to Ohio State. Was there, got a cup of coffee, got back on the plane, and ended up at Texas.
Back to where he originally committed. That's where he originally committed. Yeah.
Right. And I'm assuming when you're that high, he was really highly rated. He had a mullet, you know what I'm saying? Like highly rated kid with the mullet, looking cool. He just Friday night lights, just that guy. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Texas. I'm sure they navigated that and there had to be some money come out of that. But at the same time, you don't know what game these schools are playing. Like you don't know what a school will pay a kid to do to make it look like he's coming. They may pay him to come for the spring and be like, hey man, just come for the spring. If you don't like it,
you can dip.
Yeah, because you get Quinn Ewers, then you can probably get in some wide receivers. You get people who follow a guy like Quinn Ewers.
And it's funny you say that, man, because there have been stories about these players, I'm gonna just say, quote, air quote, promised X amount of dollars, and when they get there, they're not getting it, right? And they're not getting it. We've also seen when we just saw that whole thing where Nick Saban and the Cavender twins and some other people went in front of Ted Cruz, and they were talking about NIL, and the lawyer for the Cavender twins said that these collectives are so crooked now. that not all of them, because y'all quick to say not all of them, coach. I get it. Relax on the Twitter fingers. Chill out on the keyboard. But hey, man, rest your thumbs for an hour. But I was just simply saying that we saw, and it came out with Gervin Dexter out of Florida that played, I want to say at Lakeland, that whatever company he was with wanted 25% of I'm sorry, that's not it. They wanted 15% of his NFL earnings pre-tax for the next 25 years, bro. For the next 25 years, they want 15% of this guy's money. Was it 15%?
50, it was like 15% of his pro contract.
But all his money for the pre-tax for the next 25 years. And that's right there. That's what's getting dangerous about these NIL or the collective part of it. We've also heard some of them want 50% because what they're doing is, the collective will give you $500,000, but they're structuring it as a loan. Mm-hmm. You have to pay that back. This is a sports 360 deal, dog. This is a sports 360 deal street where, you're going to get the rapper starter kit. You're going to get the gold chain. You're going to get the mouthful of gold. You're going to get the fresh wardrobe. You're going to get the car, buy your mama a house. Well, you're going to pay all that back.
Right. I preface that with saying this. Like, the people that are operating like that are just in there being swindlers under the NIL pretense, because that's not what NIL is intended to be. Any NIL contract can't go past your college years. But you got some people in here, man, that's scaring these kids, bro, putting them under contracts illegally, because these parents and these kids don't know the rules, though. Bottom line.
Yeah, real quick, Danny Savage. Shout out to Danny Savage, man. I think he's relatively new to the channel, but he always got an interesting take. I think Joe Pa from Penn State wanted him, man, but I don't think he got that letter he was talking about. He said, so it's not income and you not taxed? ? I'm not really sure what you're trying to say there, but the loan, for example, like I said, if you want to consider that the loan and not be taxed, fine. But that structure with Gervin Dexter was they wanted 15% of his money pre-tax from the NFL income. And a lot of people say 25 years in the NFL. How many people are playing 25 years? But you have to remember, a lot of these guys get pension and stuff like that from the NFL and get a check. So they're going to dip into that. So a lot of people don't realize that, man. Now, it's nowhere near maybe what your contracts are, and I'm not a pension expert, but a lot of these guys do that. And to me, that's just crazy. But it's easy for a lot of people to say, well, they shouldn't sign it then. Well, you ain't never been hungry before. You never been starving. Right. It's easy for us sitting back in your nice, luxurious home. You got the car, you got the picket fence, the dog going woof woof, and all that good stuff. If you want with 2.5 kids and all that kind of stuff. But when you sitting up in the matchbox, right, at the crib, you in the overtown, and you in all these little other places. For example, how can you tell? And all of us heard the Shannon Sharp story. This man did not took a shower until he went to college. He used to bathe in a tin tub. This dude, it used to rain in his house. He didn't have running water in the house. He had to go to the bathroom outside. How do you tell that kid not to take that money? How do you tell Shannon Sharp of today not to sign that contract, even though you know it's the devil's deal? How do you tell him not to take that contract?
Right. It's especially if you got starving family members back home, mama. Like, especially if it's rough back home, you know what I'm saying? He come from one of those beginnings where it's 7 dudes in the 2-bedroom. Like, yeah, man. It's hard to tell him not to take it now. And he's just like, man, I'll deal with it later.
I mean, bro, like, think about it. If he's going to the bathroom outside, what you think Big Mama doing at 3 a.m. when her stomach hurt? She got to put her nightgown on. It's cold. It get cold in Savannah. I mean, it ain't freezing like Michigan. Big mama got to go out there. Her stomach, you know how it is. Your stomach hurt at 3 a.m. You know, you ate too much of this or that, and you ate that doggone Taco Bell. Big mama out there with her robe around her, and she got her thing on trying to dig a hole in the yard. Come on, dog. So for anybody that says that, man, look here, stop looking in the mirror and look out the window. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, dog. It's hard to tell them not to, even though it's dumb as hell. I understand. You feel me?
I get it, bro. I totally understand. Yeah. I totally get it. You know, it's tough out here, man. It's wild out here, man. And a lot of people make judgment and don't really stop and think and really say, wait a minute, why are these kids taking this deal? Why are people in the music industry? Everybody knows a 360 deal is bad. I'm not in the music industry. I have no urge to be in the music industry. But I heard a 360 deal sucks. And why are these young artists still taking them? Because they starving, bro. You understand? They starving. I always get that analogy. I give you a big juicy hamburger today. Or if you could just wait 30 days, you can have a feast and eat for a lifetime. Bro, I may not make it another 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? I may not make another 30 minutes. So I'm going to take this hamburger. It'll last me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I can make it to the feast. But that's just what it is, man. So
yeah, stomach touching your back. And they talking about hold off.
Yeah, man. Bro, look here. No, sir. Not going to happen, man. The beach out there jumping, though, boy. Beach out there jumping. But anyway.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. But anyway, man, yeah, man. So a lot been going on. I'm trying to look at some of these comments. All right, Danny, he said he's been a sub for a long time. He don't post much. So I guess I'm just starting to notice your post. So I appreciate you, Danny. Thank you, man. Thank you. E. Brown said he did that till 1970. Well, if y'all don't know who E. Brown is, E. Brown, just to let y'all know, E. Brown helped write the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, he's that old. E. Brown that old. E. Brown, for y'all that don't know, E. Brown is a guy that I think he was the one. Yeah. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. I think that was him. But anyway,
everybody did what?
Yeah, he been out. He been outside for a long time, but yeah. But anyway, I'm just having fun. But E. Brown, that's my man. But anyway, Street, let's talk a little bit, man. Let's just kind of talk a little bit. 669 people in the building, dog. What we doing,
we're gonna hit 1,000. Hey, bro, listen, I just looked in the Twitter space. We got 430 people in there.
Woo!
We becoming an issue, boy. Bro.
Hey, you know what I'm about to say? I'm about to put my foot in my mouth. But I'm starving, dog. I'm starving. I can't wait another 30 days, Street. Hey, hold up. Check this out, because I don't put this out a couple times. Hey. Nightcap, you better watch out, boy, because Hayes Street right around the corner. That's all I'm finna tell you. Hey, Club Shay. Ocho, you know I reached out to you before, Ocho. Holla at your boy, man. What's up with you? Huh? Well, Ice Cube said in Players Club to Luke.
What did he
man say? Hey, the dog said, hey, man, that's Luke over there. Man, I'm finna go holler at him. Man, Luke ain't finna holler at you. That man say, man, I buy his records. He can say what's up to me. Tell Ocho, I was your biggest fan out there when you was out there getting fined and penalized, dog, for doing the river dance, wearing the future Hall of Fame jacket. You out there playing put golf with the ball with the pylon. Yeah, dog, you can holler at me. I'm just
holler at your bow. Holler at your bow.
Shout out to Chad.
Holler at your bow.
Nah, they do a good job. But yeah, man, we got something going, man. We blowing up right now. And it is what it is. But yeah, that's awesome, man. But I want to ask you this. Street, if you don't mind, and I might be a little off because I know you got a Twitter space going starting. I know you do a Twitter space, I think start at 7:30. And I got the Canes Talk Live at 8:30 here. And we're gonna talk about these top recruits leaving. So that's where we're gonna head in a second. But I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I know you've been on a little bumpy road lately, dog. So what's up?
A bumpy road about what? About what's going on in the Kane
Well, just
world.
I'll say this: it's not necessarily a Kane's World thing. I mean, yes, that's the context, but I don't want people to look at it as a Kane's thing. I want people to look at it more of from a media perspective, if that makes sense, right? What you talked about had to be the Canes, but we're talking about from a media perspective and how you look at it, maybe versus how I guess I'll just call them fans, how fans look at it and kind of what's that looking like. Because it could have been any school. It don't have to be the Cane. Like tomorrow, you could put something out and that same situation could occur.
Right. No, for a long time, man, we've been like a lot of the stuff you see these people doing with the Canes and stuff, or we kind of trailblaze. Like we interviewed Leonard Taylor in high school, we interviewed Bargalis in high school. Like we interviewed guys when they was in high school. These guys are headed to the NFL. And if you missed those interviews, you should go back and watch them. But most Cane fans saw them, I'm sure. We was kind of trailblazing at the time. We got Jakari Harris. I interviewed Edgerrin James 3:00 in the morning in Orlando. Do an interview 3:00 in the morning. Had to get up and drive to Miami to interview Sean Spence the next morning. Just trailblazing, just grinding. You know what I'm saying? But it all started from me creating something called Footballville, and I created something that was burning inside me so much that I walked away from my corrections job. I was a CEO making $80,000 a year, and it's something was just saying, listen, man, take that retirement, bro, invest in yourself. Because if you sitting in an old folks home at 80 years old, you're gonna have a lot of regret if you don't take a swing at something you created. So I left my job during COVID. COVID started. I left my job and I created. I mean, Footballville being here, Caneville had just started, and I created these things, and now it's up to maybe 700,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? I got a partner in it now. But with that all being said, when I didn't start with money in this thing, resources. It was just grinding. But what I realized my resource is that I was from the community that these kids were from.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized that, the light bulb went off. The light bulb went off that, I'm inside, and the rest of the media wants to be inside and get answers. And I'm inside. I know the moms. I know the kids. They sit down with me. They sound different when they talk to me. It's more comfortable. When I realized that I had the resource, the plug. Yeah, that's when I picked it up and ran with it. I was like, I know JoJo since he was 9. I know Jeremiah when he was a little scrawny kid and y'all didn't know who he was. And then that's when I started utilizing the relationships. So when they start talking about credible sources, right? A credible source. He verified it with two different. I verified my source with 2 different blah blah blah. That's all media shit, right? That we were never privy to because we never really owned anything like that. We never owned media companies.
Mm-hmm.
So those were rules that they came up with when nobody looked like us.
Mm.
So when I started building what I was building, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm gonna be quite frankly honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
Like most of us. Yeah.
I didn't know the word media meant. So I kept doing research, and then I realized that media kind of ran the world. It kind of shapes the way people think and see. And when I realized how powerful it was with the relationships I have, that's when I just started utilizing what I had. I didn't have the resources to build a Caneville, a Texasville, or Alabamaville, but I started utilizing the resources that I had. And with that being said, when you're talking about credible, right, Hayes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it could get more credible than a guy.
The living room. The living room.
A guy that can call your mama. I don't know if it can get any more credible than that. Naturally, Kelly jumped in the transport party yesterday. His mama texted me, "Hey, Street, I don't like what you're doing. You know my phone number. You could have hit my line." I don't know if it get any more credible than that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when we stand up and say something, because we put out some tweets about Jakari Brown, and the question was, hey, listen, Jakari Brown was the starter in January. A couple quarterbacks checked in. One of them is really, really good. And now Jakari Brown's like the fifth fourth string quarterback. He goes out there and he takes snaps with the walk-ons. And I pose a question. To Cane fans. Listen, okay, y'all can say Ja'Cory Brown is horrible and it's fine if he go, but are you okay with our backups? And are y'all sure he's better than our backups? I posed that question, and Twitter went crazy. Twitter went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Twitter went crazy.
I'll just simply saying real quick, Rose Cransbury. So every time I come up, we ain't talking about the main topic because you about 40 minutes late, dog.
Every time, Rose boring.
I appreciate you being here, but sometimes it be like that, man. You know, hey, let me ask you this. You ever went to the block and you start off talking this and you end up talking about taxes? It just happens that way sometimes. You start talking about LeBron going to the hole and you end up talking about Uncle Sam with his hand in your pocket. That's just what it is. But no, but to your point though, Street, I hear you. And I'm gonna just tell you what I realized in doing this. Being a football coach, 25 years doing this. I'm X's and O's in this. I wasn't media. I didn't know what media was. Matter of fact, shout out to Twan. Twan put us together. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't even know who you were. I did not even know the power of YouTube. I thought it was like just a place where people goof off. I didn't realize it could be a media deal where you could be your own WSVN. You could be your own BET. You could be your own MTV, whatever the case may be, until I got into it deeply. And so I simply say that when you look at this stuff and you, a person like yourself who has the inside information to some of these homes, and I understand why people may question because they may not know the background. I get that. I totally get that. Flo, what's up with you, why? I totally get that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Flo, man. Flo been on his shit here lately, man. Flo, the words get over to me, Flo. Shout out to Flo, man. Yeah, Flo been on this stuff, man. Flo been basically saying what we saying. Listen, bro, like I don't see how y'all saying Emory better than Ja'Cory. like I don't see how he got leapfrog like that. It's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? So, but go ahead, Hayes.
Oh, good, man. Well, I know, hey, man, Flo been grinding, man. He got a team, the Flo team and all that stuff, and they do a good job. So y'all make sure y'all go check them out. But I'll simply say that what I've come to realize is all about the narrative. I go back and always say this. When people look at the Mona Lisa, I just see a lady in a black dress. Some people see it as the greatest work of art ever painted. Right. So it's all on what you want to get out the information. It's all on what you want to receive from the information. And sometimes, like I've been learning too, it's not the message, it's the messenger.
Right.
And I learned that when I quoted a particular coach verbatim, and I was told I was a hater. I quoted the same person verbatim, but because it came out of my mouth.
Right.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so therefore, sometimes it's not always the message, it's the messenger. And that becomes the issue. And that's the things that I realize in doing this. Sometimes we go in being very naive and we think everybody likes me. Hey, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy talking, and I'm just telling you what I know. But guess what? Sometimes I'm not painting a picture that fits their narrative. And that's okay. But with all that being said, man, continue doing what you're doing. I don't want to give too much away because I know y'all got a space, but I did want to if we had this many people on here, I did want to give you opportunity to allow people to kind of hear.
They both my spaces. Anything else you want to know? No.
I was just saying not too much, but I'm just saying in the fact that I know you. I don't want you to say the same thing twice, and you literally we about to get up to here.
Have to, regardless, too late now.
We about to get up here in about 5 minutes, so that's why I said
I got one more thing to say.
Okay.
For anybody that thinks it's about race, right? Because that's the low hanging fruit. Oh, he just jumping for the black kid. You know what I'm saying? That's the low hanging fruit. I haven't said anything about race. I haven't said anything about race. Yeah, my question was, are y'all good with our backups being what we have if we lose the 6'4", 4'5", 4'4" kid that may be one of the best talents at quarterback that I've seen, talents, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen us bring in here? Are you okay with losing them? I never said anything about race. But even if I did, Hayes, even if I did, so fucking what? People cap for their people. All people cap for their people all the time. Cubans hire Cubans. People deal with people and they cap for their people all the time. So even if I did, like, so what? Even if there was a reason, so what? His mom and dad is not around. Somebody got to have his back. I see what's going on, and I know what type of talent we're losing.
Yeah, I totally understand that, you know.
Right.
And of course, this is not the same coaching staff, but you know, we remember when Uncle Luke used to fight for Ryan Collins back in the day. Shout out to Ryan Collins, I coached with him. But that was Luke's fight way back then with Ryan Collins way back in the day. And so I totally understand that. That's the early 90s. But again, the messenger dictates the reception of the message, right? You could literally have posted and another person could have posted, and it comes off two different ways. And that's just what it is. And that's what I realized about YouTube, public forums, and anything else. And another thing I realized, this right here, these keyboard warriors, oh, they say what they want to say because they hide behind avatars. Their face is not on Front Street. Their face is not on the place. So they can, you know, they could that's why we, you know, make fun. I relax on the keyboard because they so quick to prove their point, but their face not on the play in the place.
That's why you can't, like, I turned my notifications off years ago because I started getting too many because of all the followers. Yeah, and you can't take in what everybody has to say to you. I'm a creator and I give people what I create. There's nobody that could question me and X's like that if we're Kane fans, whether I care or not. But what you can't question is we brought you Sam Bruce. We brought you Jose Barrancales. We brought you Akeem Mesidor when he first got here from West Virginia. We brought all these to Kane fans, right? And then we send out a tweet that make them feel a little funny. Oh, and they start questioning whether you're a real Kane fan or not. I don't care what you people think, bro, because if we haven't brought you enough joy with all the shit that we've done, with all the inside shit that we've done, with Isaiah Horton Daddy calling me out the blue saying, hey, listen, man, he just left my house. He ain't say nothing about getting fired. I was like, who is this? This is Isaiah Horton's dad. I was like, oh. He said, yeah, man, I see you do the hurricane stuff. Y'all boys seem to be locked in, man. Could you please tell me what's going on? Because my son's supposed to come down there, supposed to be coming down there to be admitted in a couple of months. And I'm hearing Manny might be fired. Isaiah Horton dad. I didn't even know him, but he called us because he felt we was a source. And I told him, nah, man, he should be straight. And then 2 years later, guess what? Isaiah Horton starting this year, he gonna be straight. So I'm not here to prove myself to anybody. I think the numbers speak for themselves, man. We built it from the ground up. And if you Hayes, last thing, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, bro.
You ain't popping.
I think it's a part of success. If somebody ain't talking about you and throwing rocks at you, then you ain't doing nothing. I think it ain't sold separately. It comes hand in hand. What did they say? Not sold separately. I think they come hand in hand. Yeah, I think they come hand in hand. If everybody like you, then you ain't doing nothing. That's how I feel about it. I don't see how, bro.
Yeah, we got our how, but real quick, I'm gonna tell you this. Put your glasses back on. You know what Skip Bayless told Shannon? Put your glasses back on.
Damn, Skip, why you say that?
You know what he told him? Put your glasses back on. Hey, real quick, see if you could check the back chat right there, right quick, if it popped up for you. Let me know if that popped up. That's my I don't see how. All right, that's my I don't see how. I don't see how. Real quick, for those that are new, 779 people. Come on, man. Let's get 21 more people in here, man, for 800. Let's break a record today. But I don't see how AI has gotten this good. And it's super funny, dog, but it's dangerous at the same time. I need you to play this for me, Street. This was hilarious because I thought it was legit at first.
This.
Y'all listen to this.
Back is Draymond Green. He's too out of control, and I'm worried he might beat my ass like he did to Jordan Poole. But in all seriousness, stop comparing me to Paige Beckers and Angel Reese because they aren't on my level. It's just Paige Beckers, Angel.
Hold on. Just pause. Right before it
I don't know how to pause. I don't know how to start. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Paige Beckers, Angel Reese. None of these little girls can mess with me or the refs. They thought they had us, but I was pulling that thing.
It is?
I think it is. I don't know. Just play it. It don't matter. Just play
from
it.
Damn near 40. And LeBron, if you're listening, I know you need help because Bronny's not going to cut it. If he's declaring for the NBA draft, why can't I? The only thing holding me back is Draymond Green. He's too out of control, and I'm worried he might beat my ass like he did to Jordan Poole. But in all seriousness, stop comparing me to Paige Beckers and Angel Reese because they aren't on my level. It's just big me. Yeah, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese. None of these little girls can mess with me or the refs. They thought they had us, but I was pulling that thing from damn near 40. And LeBron, if you're listening, I know you need help because Bronny's not going to cut it. If he's declaring for the NBA draft, why can't I? The only thing holding me back is Draymond Green. He's too out of control, and I'm worried he might beat my ass like he did to Jordan Poole. But in all seriousness, stop comparing me to Paige Beckers and Angel Reese because they aren't on my level. It's just big me. Yeah, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese. None of these little girls can mess with me or the refs. They thought they had us, but I was pulling that thing from damn near 40. And LeBron, if you're listening, I know you need help because Bronny's not going to cut it. If he's declaring for the NBA draft, why can't I? The only thing holding me back is Draymond Green. He's too out of control, and I'm worried he might beat my ass like he did to Jordan Poole. But in all seriousness, stop comparing me to Paige Beckers and Angel Reese because they aren't on my level. It's just big me. Yeah. Paige Beckers.
Bro, that's the best. Listen, that's the best AI. And the reason it's funny is because when I first heard it, it sounded like her. Well, it is her, like it's her voice. But I'm like, hold on. She just said, and she said, I was putting that thing from damn near 40. Like, and the thing is, here's the weird thing. This is better than old Kung Fu Theater. The mouth matches up. Like, this AI is better than when we watch other movies. Like, the mouth matches up with the words. It's hilarious, bro. And that's just funny. I just thought it was funny when I literally saw it about 5 minutes before we went live, and I was like, no, I gotta go ahead and bookmark this, man, because this is too funny. But shout out to AI that's out here about to get people indicted for stuff that they didn't even say. You think you gonna have people, you think they can do stuff behind that? Like, that's crazy, bro. You gonna have people in court, bro. You gonna have people in court, bro. Like, just think about this. Phone calls. Just think about the craziness you can do with AI. You're about to have people say they left. Look, Daryl Streeter threatened me. He left a message on my phone, and it becomes evidence. How do you prove that wasn't you?
Well, they're going to have AI to prove it. They're going to have something to run it through that it could pick up on. It's going to have to work backwards. You know what I'm saying? But the scary part of it is somebody calling you. Somebody calling you saying that your child, Mom, these people got me in the back of a van. They say blah, 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 blah. And if you don't send them money, that they're going to kill me. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. Somebody taking your child's voice. Somebody taking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that, though. That actually happened to a homeboy of mine. A dude called him. Yeah, a dude called him and said they had his daughter, right? And they told him the Western Union some money to such whatever the account was. This is a true story now. To the account. He was calling his daughter, right? But I'm gonna tell you how slick they are. He was calling his daughter and he couldn't get through. Here's what happened. Her phone was off because they were testing. They were doing standardized testing in school. So these people, I guess, like, hey, let's just call people. They won't be able to get through to their daughter. He's trying to call the school, right? But by the time he could do that, you know what I mean? He ended up not doing it. But I'm just saying, because he ended up finding out she's in class, she was safe. But he was already in the car headed to Western Union to send $4,000 to these people. Now, mind you, it was $4,000, but
They said they were talking to him. They didn't use her voice, did they?
No. They were talking to him. But I'm just saying, to your point.
Boy, that's tough. That's tough.
To your point. But then when he's calling her, her phone is going straight to voicemail. But she was in standardized testing. You know, they make you turn your phones off and all that stuff. So now that the phone is going to voicemail, he done got even more worried, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's wild, man. That's wild. Come on, we 10 people away from 800, y'all. 10 people away from 800. Go get your mama phone, your grandmama phone. I know your dog got a phone. Get them on the line. Let's get 800. Let's get on 800, man, before we get out of here. What's your I don't see how, Steve?
Real fast, man. I don't see how, man.
Oh, God. What's going on?
She know that cheese wagon had cameras in it. She giving that boy some yeah, she hitting him with some old giant wings and elbows.
Oh, that's nuts right there, bro. That's nuts. And if she's sitting right there, that kid is probably special needs. If she's sitting that close to him like that, she's probably so? No. I'm just saying, because I do special needs for a living, and she's probably an aide on the bus, but she's not driving.
I don't know the story. What's she doing? Hold up, this thing kind of long.
Yeah, she's probably an aide. She's probably an aide on the bus, and he's probably been a little unruly, getting up out his seat and all that stuff. Because
she got his foot.
I don't know. I can't see. It looked like
crap.
Man, you could cut that craziness off, dog. I'm straight. I don't need to see it, but that's nuts, man.
Well, you see down here, she got a prison outfit on down here, so it had to go down. She had to. But listen,
they arrested her. What did it say? But
this bitch needs to burn in hell. That ain't help us. Teacher. Okay, here we go. Inglewood police arrest record from February 13th incident documented a 40-minute assault. Damn. During which Jones is described as 5'8", 235 pounds, hit the boy in the stomach several times, punched him in the legs, and backhanded him in the mouth. She a teacher, right?
I don't know if I doubt she's a teacher. Press show more.
Let me see. Bus ride home. Oh, and what perhaps the most violent description of the bus ride home, police said Jones looked at the bus driver and then hit redacted name in the mouth with the closed fist. Damn. Of her right hand, punches so hard, his head goes back and hit the seat. What you think? She like a bus helper?
She's an aide. She's not driving, so she's an aide. She's like so usually when you have two bus drivers on, like two adults on the bus, she's an aide because you're dealing with special need kids. And so some of the kids like to get up, you know what I mean? Try to get out the seat. Some of them have seat belts on, like harnesses that they clip into them. But these kids, they know how to get out of those things. So that's why you have an aide, because you can't drive and maintain the safety of those type of children at the same time.
This is right. Yeah, certain people shouldn't work around kids. That's trash. You know what I'm saying? And that's horrible. Yeah, because
the sad part about the street, you don't know she's trash until she's trash. That's the problem. Like you don't know she's trash until she's trash.
This what I'm gonna say, because my other half in there teaches third grade kids, right? And they drive her crazy. Hayes, you teach kids, and I was on the phone with Hayes one day, and little girl told me and him to suck her dick.
Yeah.
Them kids be
you
tripping.
Too, right? So you. Told you to partake, my brother.
I said you and me. Them kids be tripping, right? But if you're signing up to deal with them, yeah, it's better have some patience. You know what I'm saying? Because that's trash. That's
And what
trash.
did I do, Street, when she told me that? What I did, Street?
Just put out the class. Columbus Day. Like it ain't even happening. I'm like, damn, boy, that's no. Like what? Because I tell my lady now all the time, listen, man, I don't care how cold you are with them kids. Don't put your hands on them kids.
No, sir. You ain't
Because
gonna survive
what's
that.
gonna happen is when Channel 6 come in there, they gonna say, blah, 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 hit a 3-year-old. And it's gonna look just like this. They don't care if he spit in your face 30 minutes before that. It's gonna look like that.
Nah, you're 100% right, bro. And unfortunately, man, in this game, you know, the kids have all the rights in that sense. And as Susie Pink said, he's a nonverbal autistic kid too. And so when you're dealing with autistic children, they don't grasp those concepts. If they want a toy, they want the toy. They don't realize it's not safe to get up out the bus seat for the toy. They want the toy. That's what their focus is on. You understand? D, what's up, boy, from Utah? I'm gonna check him out, man. But
make them feel uncomfortable. Yeah, man.
So that's what happens in those cases. And like I said, with that young lady, I was on the phone with you. Young lady told me, "What? No, that's part for the question." Crazy. But bro, it's no different than, you know what? You a surgeon. That's like you a surgeon. You cut a person's artery open and the blood squirting in your face. But you gonna punch the doggone the patient on the table? No, I mean, it's part of the business, part of what you sign up for. And we all human, bro. We all human. Some days is not the better days, right? On another day, old girl might have caught me and whatever. But on that day, I'm just chilling, right? I get it. You know what I mean? And so I put that pencil on her. I pencil whipped her instead. Right? That's what I pencil. But they say the pen mightier than the sword, and that's what I did. I pulled out that pen. I gave her that verbal judo, and that poetic justice, and that was it. And that's what you call it, man.
She got in trouble.
She gone. She's not in my class anymore. God bless her. I don't know what other teacher. I don't know what other teacher dealing with it. But I'm not. So, Street. With all that being said, man, we got to get up out of here. I got a show in about 12 minutes with my Canes on Utah Live. We got also Street. Canesville got a space going right now on Twitter. We got all type of things going, man. So we're gonna make a couple people uncomfortable. Because on my show, which I got to build right quick, we're gonna talk about the class of 22 for the Miami Hurricanes. The top 4 players in that class have now transferred out. The top 4 players for the Miami Hurricane that were recruited for the Miami Hurricanes in 2022 are no longer here. And this is the year in which they should be now being put on Front Street. They should be major contributors at this point in this program.
Who are they?
Nigel Kelly, Cyrus Moss, Chris Graves, and Cyrus Moss, Nigel Kelly, Chris Graves. Golly, who's the other one?
Rashad, Nigel Kelly, Chris Graves.
Bro, I just got it right here. I'm sitting here looking at it.
Cyrus Moss, Nigel Kelly, Chris Graves.
I got the doggone thunder. Hold on. Oh my gosh, you messed me up. Making me look stupid. No, not Rooster. Rooster was already there. Nigel Kelly. I got it. Nigel Kelly. It's Nigel Kelly, Jaleel Skinner, Chris Graves, and Cyrus Moss. Jaleel Skinner's the other one. And that's the one we flipped from Alabama. So Jaleel Skinner's the 4th one. So those were the top 4. The 5th person.
And he had so much promise. He started off so fast.
Yeah. And the 5th person down on there is Trevante Citizen, who was actually hurt for 2 years. And he should be getting his time. But like I said, with all that being said, man, 819 people in the building. You know what I got to do, man. We got to clap it up, man, for 819 people, man. Come on. Come on, Street. Get some joy. Get some joy.
It's a lot.
Clap your hands together, baby. That's much love. Appreciate y'all. We here Monday through Friday, weekdays, 7 o'clock-ish. We on the beach right now. It's jumping. We'll see if we'll be here tomorrow, man. Thank y'all on the way out. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I know I'll see you in about 20 minutes. And in the meantime, in between time, join that Kane space over there on Twitter, man. We're gonna get into it deep, and Coach might be there too. We'll see.
Come through, though.
Peace.
Yo.